Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys how to do DIME, how to find out a person's life insurance need. Okay, so what you do is there's an acronym. Okay, DIME, right? D stands for death and debt. So the amount of insurance it costs to put someone in the ground, and the debt that the family has or the person has that they will be leaving behind that someone else will have to pay. I stands for income replacement. M stands for mortgage, if they have a house. And then education, E stands for education, meaning if they have they want to leave behind enough money to be able to fund their kids to go to college. Okay, so what does that look like? So when you've done the F&A, you'll know how much debt they have. It costs about $15,000 to put someone in the ground. Then you'd add up, let's say they had $40,000 worth of debt. Okay, so the death and the debt portion equals $55,000 that they would have to put under the D and the D, the death and the death, the death and the debt. Okay, so the income you'll do last. Mortgage is, say they had $100,000 left before they paid off their house. Okay, so then that portion will go toward under their mortgage. And they say they had one kid that they wanted enough money to be able to pay off college for that kid. So roughly it's about $15,000 per semester or per year. Okay, 4 years. 15 times 4 is $60,000 for that kid to go to college. So you'd have $60,000 worth of education. If they didn't want the education, you just don't add it in there. Okay, so when you replace the income, you ask about him and you ask about her. Okay, so what this means is if he dies, she needs how much money to replace the income he was bringing into the house, and then vice versa. If she dies, how much money does he need based on how much she was bringing into the household? Okay, so let's say they needed $2,000. She said, I need about $2,000 coming in if he passes away. So you do that 2,000, you multiply that times 12, okay? And so 2 times 12, I believe, is 24,000, okay? And then you multiply that times 10, 240,000. And what 240,000 does is that if you put 240,000 in an account, that will spin off about $2,000 a month in interest, and then they can leave on the interest without hitting the total principal so fast. And you do the same thing for the mom or for her. So let's say he needed 1,000 because she was a stay-at-home mom, and maybe she just needed to be able to replace her taking care of the kids. Okay, and so that 1,000 times 12 is 12,000 times 10 for the year is $120,000. So she needs $120,000 worth of income replaced. That 120 will spit off about $1,000 a month. Okay, and all you do now to find out his income, his life insurance need, and hers is you just add up the columns. Okay, so you got 55,000 in total death and debt, plus his 240,000. Okay, so that's 295,000, plus the mortgage is 395,000. Okay, and then plus the 60,000 makes it 455,000. Okay, so you just added up all of their each column for him, and then you do the same thing for her. Okay, so we got 55,000 for the death and debt, 120,000 for income replacement, so that's 175,000, right? And then the 100,000 for the house is 275,000, and then the 60,000 for her, so that makes it 300 and 35,000 is her income need. Okay, and so that's how you find out his life insurance need and her life insurance need. Okay, through the dime method. You guys practice that.